back to my channel. This is Natalia Campos. This is my second YouTube video. I'm really excited to be doing my second video based on beauty products that I'm really in love with, new things that I'm learning, and as well as sharing stuff that I've been using for a really long time. So today my focus is going to be on sharing one part of my skincare routine, which is my moisturizing routine. I'm basically just using one product right now, and that's what I'm going to be reviewing today, which is Marula Oil. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. It's kind of one of those up-and-coming trendy facial oils, kind of like what happened with argan oil, but this is a newer product on the market, and it's blowing up, and it's because it's a fantastic product. So just to give you a little bit of a lowdown as to why I'm reviewing this particular product, is one of the reasons is because it's a natural-based product. I tend to gear towards more natural-based cosmetics simply because I feel that I don't want to put anything really toxic on my skin. I don't like putting chemicals on my skin or in my body that I don't know what the side effects might be or not be. So that's kind of one of the things that you'll notice in my future videos as well, is that I'm always gearing towards more natural-based products. They don't have to necessarily be 100% organic, because let's face it, it's really hard to find products that are 100% organic, but at least if I know that a company is, you know, they're trying their best to make sure that they're eliminating chemicals and they're harvesting their ingredients in a sustainable, more environmentally friendly way, then I'm definitely going to support those products. So that's basically why I'm always going to be gearing towards that direction. So today's product that I'm going to be reviewing is Marula Oil. I love this product. So I'm reviewing it now because I've been using this particular Marula Oil for over, I would say, about 6.5 weeks, almost 7 weeks now. So I've had enough time to really see how it's affected my skin, what are the benefits of it, what are things that I may not like, or what things I have liked. And so far, I only really have really positive things to say about it. I have used countless facial oils over my 15 years being in the beauty industry. I have used tons of different moisturizers, natural and non-natural products, and I'm always seeking something that gives me that really high level of hydration but doesn't overly clog my pores. I do have, unfortunately, naturally oily skin tendency, so it's a combination skin type, and I always easily break out with products that aren't necessarily purely manufactured, or that have too many chemicals, or that have oils that aren't, I guess, manufactured or processed in a really clean way. So I tend to break out really easily. So in the last 6 weeks, I have noticed amazing benefits from this oil. It's deeply hydrating, and it's quickly absorbed into my skin, and that's exactly what I've always been looking for, is something that really gives me that really nice glowy finish throughout the day, but that doesn't tend to give me that really greasy feeling that makes my makeup slide off throughout the day. So I just wanted to show you more in detail the specific one that I have. This one is Marula by John Paul Selects. So I picked up this product, like I said, about 6.5 weeks ago. And the reason that I picked this one up is because I've teamed up with a company that that particularly sells this particular product, and I was given really good reviews about it from the people that were already there. And I had been using argan oil for a really long time, and they told me that this product right here has a 60% higher level of antioxidants in it. So that really spiked my interest, because I'm always looking for the latest up-and-coming products that have actual scientific data that show that they're really effective and that they really work. So this product I picked up right here, you can see it has one of the things I really like too is that it has a really nice package. They make it really simple. When you twist off the top, when you open it up, you can see that the little pump automatically comes up, and it has a really nice dropper in it. And I use about 2 to 3 drops in my skin, and I just wanted to show you just one drop and rub it into my skin. Hopefully you can see that. It's a really quickly absorbing product. So right off the bat, even within the first couple of days of using this, I noticed that it wasn't just like sitting on my skin and making me feel really greasy. And I've tried, like I said, argan oil, coconut oil. I've tried all different kinds of oil on my skin. So again, it has 60% higher antioxidant rate than argan oil, and it has a really high concentration of omegas 6 and 9. So because of the really high concentration of, I think it's oleic acid, palmitic acid, and there's stearic acid. It does have a really quickly absorbing factor to it. It's very light, but it does have a very deep repairing factor to it. So a little bit of the history of it, there's a doctor in the US called Dr. Kaidi, and he found that when he was using it for his post-operative patients, people that were having post-breast surgery, it was really a great oil to use to help heal up that area of scar tissue. And these types of products that are used in post-surgery or post-chemical peels or anything like that, they have to be very delicate, because they have to make sure that the skin can breathe. They have to have antimicrobial properties so that there isn't any chance of any type of infection. So he was finding amazing results from his post-operative patients. So he went and had more lab studies done on it and found out that there's just incredible benefits of it. This particular marula oil that he uses, and you can find on marula.com, he specifically wants to have the purest harvested kernels used in the marula oil, because marula, what it really is a nut, and its origins are in different parts of Africa, and it's been used for hundreds if not thousands of years for different types of uses, similar to argan. But what he wanted to make sure was that he was harvesting it in a more sustainable way. So another great thing is that he's teamed up with female co-ops and in Africa, so that people in these villages who are harvesting them also get a really good benefit from teaming up with him, so that it's a fair trade, which I'm always trying to support things like that as well. And so he, instead of using the entire fruit with the peel and the kernel and the nut and everything kind of all mixed together, like a lot of other marula oils do today, he only uses the purest, blondest kernels of the actual fruit. So what that means is that instead of having to use heat or chemicals in order to extract the precious oils, he only uses the kernel, and the company uses cold press extraction, which means that, like, just like your olive oil and your coconut oils, the highest qualities always come from a cold press process. So I was really intrigued by that as well. Another really good thing that I wanted to say is that when I put my makeup on top of it, I don't find that my makeup slips off a lot. Like, it doesn't, you know, in 2 to 3 hours, my makeup still is really nicely set. I used a primer on top of it, but I do find that with argan oil, I did find it a little bit too greasy, and so my foundation and my powders just tended to kind of like slip off, and my face would look extremely shiny. And I'm always trying to combat shine because, like I said, I have oilier skin types. I didn't break out at all. And after about, I would say 10 to 14 days, I started noticing that my skin's complexion started to even out. And I am going to leave a picture that you'll be able to see here, or I'm going to leave a link to it attached to the video, what my skin looks like without any makeup on, so that you can see how my skin tone is. And it really has helped with my complexion. It's made my skin really dewy. I feel like it's really plump. I put it on at nighttime, and I put it on in the daytime before as my skincare routine. And it really gives me a really good sense of hydration for a long period of time. And that for me is exactly what I was looking for. It also has really amazing antimicrobial properties, which I was mentioning before. And for anybody who suffers from acne or breaks out really easily, that's a really good thing to know, is that it helps to combat bacteria clogging bacteria that causes your pores to get clogged, and then you get pimples and breakouts from things like that. So for me, that's perfect. And I know that when you're using different types of products, that's not always the case. You tend to get, you know, your pores get clogged, and that becomes an issue. And so even if you really like the smell of a product or the texture of a product, you always have to look out for things that tend to be pore clogging. Another thing is that it can be added to skincare as well. So one of the tips that I really like about this oil is that you can use it to add extra moisture to all of your different skincare products. So your foundations, you can add it to your cleansers, you can add a couple drops to your skin mask. And I find that at this time of the year, especially in the fall and the winter, our skin tends to get dried out because it's windy. The colder air tends to really, tends to, for me at least, dehydrate my skin. So I'm always looking for that extra moisture. So I add a couple of drops to my BB cream, and I do add a couple of drops to my weekly facial mask. So it has a really versatile use to it. There isn't really a wrong way with it. Especially because the top is really nice and easily accessible, like you just open it up and you pump it right away. It's not messy. It's a really easy to use product, and a little bit goes a really long way. So you only have to use about, I use about 3 to 4 drops at this time of the year, and I spread it basically from the top of my hairline all the way to the bottom of my décolleté. And that's more than enough. If I feel that my skin has been extra dry that day, then I might add a couple extra drops. But I have been using it for about 6.5 to 7 weeks, and I'm only about a third through the bottle. So a lot goes a long way. And so it's not very expensive product. It's a luxurious product for sure, but you definitely get a lot of value for your dollar. And I'm really excited to see the further effects that I get from it after using it for 3 months, 6 months, and after a year, because I'm definitely going to stick to it. So that's basically my review. Is if out of a 5, I would give it a 5, because again, it's got amazing properties. Again, 60% more antioxidants than argan oil. It helps to combat fine lines for anybody who's looking for more the anti-aging effects of it. Those definitely are great bonuses for anyone who's looking to combat fine lines and anti-aging effects, and as well as for people who are acneic. And also as well, another tip I almost forgot to mention is that if you suffer from eczema or from rosacea or from any skin sensitivities, or you're prone to those types of sensitivities, it's completely safe to use. And it has helped to, it has been shown to help to reduce that type of inflammation and that irritation that can come from conditions like eczema and psoriasis. So it's great for that type of use as well. If you're afraid that it might inflame that type of irritation, it's completely safe to use for that. And for guys, this is a good thing too. You might want to tell your boyfriends or anybody that you know in your family that you can also use it as like a pre-shaving product. So if people, I know that guys grooming is a really big thing now, and a lot of guys are kind of trying the argan oil, but I have found that a lot of men are actually using the Marula oil as a pre-shaving product, and what it'll prevent is the razor bumps and the redness and the irritation that can come from shaving. So it's a really versatile product. Really amazing effects, deeply hydrating, long lasting, doesn't make you break out, has a really nice light smell to it, quickly absorbing. So I really can't say anything really bad about this product, and that's not very common for me. I'm really picky about my skincare, and this one has really impressed me a lot. So if you want to try it out, if you want to check it out for yourself, you can go to marula.com and you can find out more about yourself, more for yourself. You can also click on the link below with more information below. I'm going to click, insert more information about the particular product that I've reviewed today, and as well as a couple of pictures as far as like the origins of it and how it's manufactured, because I think a lot of people are really wanting to know where the products come from, how they're made, and if the people that are helping to manufacture it really do benefit from it as well. It's a really great product all around, so 2 thumbs up for that. If you really like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe below, and I'm really looking forward to reviewing other products as well. I do have a Butter London review coming soon because I do have, and I'm wearing right now, a couple of products that I had in my last video, which was my Butter London haul. So stay tuned for that. Thanks. Cheers.